Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso here with another tech tip to help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today we're talking about how you can use your favorite AI chatbot to search the internet. Now when it comes to generative AI tools like Copilot, Gemini, and even ChatGPT, most of you know that you can use these chatbots in order to create your favorite documents, your favorite images, and your favorite video. But did you know that AI can allow you to do a regular search like you would with Google, MSN, or Yahoo? Well, the interesting thing about chatbots is that they work better than just a standard Google search as of now. When you look for specific information with a Google search, you normally would have to go through a variety of websites in order to get the information you want. But with an AI search of the internet, you can put in the details of what you want and it will give you concise information that will help you in your business and in your home life. And you don't even have to worry about that old prompt thing of making long prompts. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to share this video and the channel with your friends, like the videos, and comment. That way I can keep giving you those tech tips for non-tech people. Now, let's take a quick look at a current Google search that I have going on to see how our world is starting to evolve as far as Google searches are concerned. Now, I typed in, how can I unclog a toilet without a plunger? Now, as you can see with Google, if you were to do a search, it's going to bring up the AI overview, which in my opinion is going to be the future of AI. Whereas you type in your problem and then AI will give you a simple answer using Google Gemini as to what you can do in order to unclog a toilet without a plunger. Now, if you continue to scroll on in your Google search, you can see you get your standard Google search results, whereas you have a variety of websites and some suggestions and video of things along the same lines. Now, chatbot searches are a lot easier because you can be concise with the information that you want to get from your favorite chatbot. Now, you can continue to utilize what goes on with the AI overview if you use Google Chrome or Google as your main search. But what if you're anti-Google and you're like, well, I don't want to use Google to find my information, or Gemini, and I want to use other chatbots to do my searches for me? You can do that, and it's pretty darn simple. Now, under most circumstances, when you do an AI prompt to create content, you would have to assign your AI chatbot a role, let it know what you're looking for, put in an AI prompt of about 21 words or longer, and it will bring up the information that you want. Usually that's done in the process of creation. In the instance that we're talking about, you can just put in a search in AI like you would with Google. So we're going to take a look at good old ChatGPT 4 and we're going to paste in our prompt. Pasting in our prompt, how can I unclog a toilet without a plunger, involves a couple of things in order to make this work. Now, most AI chatbots are starting to evolve where they are searching the internet, but sometimes they use their internal databases, which can be out of date. Now, the tips to help unplug a toilet without a plunger doesn't necessarily mean you have to have the latest and greatest information. But if you're going to use AI for a Google search or an internet search, you need to make sure that you have the option to turn the internet on and for your AI chatbot to search. So for ChatGPT, that would involve either going to search, where you click it and tell it to search the web, or you can actually go into ChatGPT, click on your image, go to customize ChatGPT, and one of the things that you can do would be to enable, if you go to advanced, you can obviously enable ChatGPT to search the web. That way you don't have to remember to search the web each time by clicking this button. Now, with our ChatGPT search, how can I unclog a toilet? We can ignore what our other AI chatbot Grammarly is saying, and let's search the web. So after a few seconds, ChatGPT is going to search the internet and let us know what our answer is as far as unclogging a toilet uh, without a plunger. As you can see, ChatGPT almost works like your AI search when you use Gemini. It brought up video. It also brought up pretty much the same tips that Google Gemini did, but there you have it. Now keep in mind when you use search the web on some of these chatbots, it may take a little bit longer to get the information, but essentially this is a shortcut on how you can do an AI search, which is going to be a little bit more intuitive than just doing a plain search of the internet or Google search. Also, if you're doing research on the internet and you want to find specific issues, rather than doing a standard search on the internet would not be an idea or ideal for you to do that, because you'd have to go through many websites. Obviously, you want to go and do a deep search. Now, keep in mind when you tell ChatGPT to search the internet, it's going to bring up all the sources. Be sure to give it a good response if it did, but let's start a new chat with ChatGPT. If you're doing research on papers on the internet, you obviously want to click on the deep research button, which will allow you to search the internet and find your information a little bit more detailed. Now keep in mind, if you do a deep research with ChatGPT or the other chatbots, it may take a little bit longer to get your information, because a deep search or deep research can take anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes to find the information that you want. Now let's take a look at an AI chatbot that is designed to be a research tool rather than a creation tool, and that is Perplexity. Now if we go to Perplexity and ask our same query, which is how can I unclog a toilet without a plunger, several things that you can do in Perplexity to make sure you get on the internet. Now you can click on your set sources for your internet search with Perplexity. Now Perplexity allows you to do web searches where it'll search the entire internet. You can do academic, or you can do social discussions and options depending on the website. So for a plunger, or not using a plunger to search a toilet, we obviously want to make sure that we just do a simple search on the internet. No reason to do research on papers or to search sites like Reddit for the information we want in order to get information on how to unclog a toilet without a plunger. Again, once you have your option to search the web, you can go and hit go, and Perplexity will give you your sources, YouTube channels, there's Reddit, Home Depot, and there's another YouTube video. But as you can see, pretty much the same thing when we do our search, but you can see with Perplexity, we actually get a summary table of the information of the things that need to be done. The other thing that Perplexity does that ChatGPT sometimes does is that it will give you other options of things that you can do, such as what are other creative ways to unclog a toilet, can using hot water alone effectively clear a clog, etc., etc. So again, you can use Perplexity, which is designed for searches, to find the information that you want, rather than just using your standard Google search, which in a lot of instances can take a lot of work, because again, you're going to websites, you're going to YouTube channels to find the information that you want. Now, we can go and take a look at Gemini, but again, if you're using Google, you already know what Gemini is going to do. So you can put your same query in Gemini. One of the things you can do is deep research in Gemini, but keep in mind when you do a search with Gemini, it's already pulling information off the web, hence it being Google's database. And if you go to Google Chrome or Google the website and do a search and it brings up the AI option, you're essentially using Google Gemini to do your search. Now, a couple of more chatbots we can look at that you can do internet searches with it. One would be Meta AI, and I'll bring that up here in a second. There is good old Meta AI by Facebook, or Meta, the company. We're going to post in the information that we want. How can I unclog a toilet without a plunger? It doesn't give you the deep search options, but Meta supposedly looks on the internet. So let's click and see what information that Meta is going to give us. So it tells us usually the same stuff. You can use a toilet auger, baking soda, and vinegar. Um, but as you can see, Meta somewhat does an okay job as far as searching the internet, but it is not the premier tool that you would want to use to search the internet because, as you can see, it will not do it off the top. But there is one thing that you can add in Meta that will help search the internet in your query. So you can tell it, search the internet. One of the chatbots that you have to tell it. So if we hit search the internet as part of our prompt, Meta will go through and it will actually search the internet. If we give it a few more seconds, it may actually bring us the sites that we told it to look. And as you can see, it went to Bing as its source, or there's maybe other sources, but you can cheat it in order to make Meta AI go to the internet and find options. If Meta and another social media app, Grok, it does not necessarily pull its information to train the database from the internet. It actually uses the social media platforms off Meta, meaning Facebook and Instagram, to gather its data. So as you can imagine, not going to be much information there. Also, if you were to use Grok, Grok is pulling most of its database information from X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, finally, one other tool that is going to be a little bit more effective than Meta to search the internet for information would be Microsoft Copilot. So if we go to Copilot, Copilot essentially is ChatGPT. We're going to go in and put our information from our prompt. How can I unclog a toilet without a plunger? I'm going to tell it go, and as you can see, since it is using ChatGPT and has internet access, Copilot is bringing you information based off the internet, and there are two sources where it is going to get its information from youtube.com and from Bob Vila. You can also go in like you went with Perplexity, gives you more detailed information about how do these methods work to unclog a toilet, what are other ways to unclog a toilet, any risk. So as you can see, sometimes using AI for an internet search can work out a lot better because you get more detailed information and you're not going through a plethora of websites to get the information that you want. Probably could have did something a little bit more technical as far as what information we're looking on the internet, but I wanted to bring up something basic and simple that may help you rethink, wow, I can use AI to do my web searches for me as opposed to using the internet. One of the other things, again, if you are doing research on the internet, utilize deep search, which all of the chatbots except for Meta AI has, and use that instead of just creeping through tons of Google sites or websites to find the data that you want. Now, my purpose with every video is to open you up to a whole new world of ideas and experiences utilizing the technology you use at home and at work. I love technology. I've read all the manuals, and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile, and thanks for watching.